Hello, welcome to an episode on One Tire Fire here. We have the Corvette and this Nardo Gray M4. Now, when you go into a dealer and you have cash, you have money, you've made it in life, you're successful, you have the women on your side, you have all the cars you want, you go to a dealership, you have money. What do you want? Do you want a Corvette or do you want an M4? Now, I would say, me personally, I would pick the Corvette. You know, it is not because I don't like the M4. I think the M division and what they've done with the M4, I think it looks pretty good. But I just like the way the Corvette looks. It is striking to me. When I see a Corvette, I'd be like, dang, that's a Corvette. That looks cool. When I go into a dealership and I'm looking for a Corvette, I know what I'm paying for when I go to buy that car. I'm going to get a Corvette. I know it's a Corvette. I know what I'm getting. A big V8, 2 doors, rear-wheel drive, lots of power, and to make donuts and skids and all that fun stuff. Everybody likes to do that stuff, right? It's just I don't know what the M4 offers me that's different than what the Corvette does, or it's even better than what the Corvette does. But we have the Corvette and the M4 here. I have John helping me to do this review, and I'd like to see what maybe change my mind. BMW, do it. I'm an open man. I'm very liberal. I can change my mind. I can do it. So if BMW can really pull me away and be like, you know what, BMW is much better, then I will definitely pick the BMW. But right now it's with this Corvette. So hang with me, have fun, make fun of me like you always do, and get ready for the review on One Tire Fire here, because I'm pretty excited. I am.
All right, guys, my favorite test, at least one of them, the sound test. Now, we've got a classic American V8 versus an inline-6 twin turbo. Twin turbos are known to not sound as good as V8s, but let's find out for ourselves. Come with me, guys. Okay. It's always cool to see some hot hatches doing their thing. Guys, again, 2017 M4, Nardo Gray, bone stock exhaust system. Let's take a listen. Go ahead and rev it up. I don't know. One more time for me. It's decent. What do you guys think? I don't know. It's okay, but I want to hear the classic V8. Let's take a listen to this. Now, I love Corvettes. It's a fact I love Corvettes. And this one's gorgeous, quad pipes just like the M4, but all in the center this time. Let's take a listen to this Corvette. Oh, I'm already in love. I love it. Guys, I think it's pretty obvious who won here, but I would love to know what you guys think. Please let me know in the comments which of these two cars sound better. Let's rev them up, guys. Both of them, rev them up. This is the one. I'm getting in this car.
So during this review, I have talked about, how, the sound of the car, how it looks, how I love, at least to get over the looks of the vehicle. What I love most about this car is the fact that in this driving position, I can definitely see the hood, the contours of this hood, like they give you the opportunity to see into the road where I'm guessing that because of the long hood, like, you see just a big nose. So I'm guessing what they designed is that when you can see over and you're looking, straight down, you can see through the contours of the hood because there's giant little caverns or ravines in the hood. You see more of the road. So although you have this big nose, it doesn't really feel like you have a big nose. The amount of horsepower and the amount of power that this thing puts down, like right when you put the foot down, it's unbelievable. It's like driving the M4, like this is definitely faster than the M4. Like no joke about it, no doubt about it. Like this is definitely faster than the M4, straight out. This being having 455, 460 torque, like this thing is incredibly fast. And foot to the floor, like I feel the blood like just being ripped from my face, like heading to the back of my head. It's like that. Like it's unbelievable. This machine. Heading to the actual interior of the car, you have your many driving positions, your weather, driving positions, your driving modes. You have weather. What I don't like is this knob here. It's very, very rough to turn. You really got to turn into it. Interior wise, I like how it is. There's leather here. You have a nice Bose sound system here. Your lock and your unlock buttons are there. Your window switches. You know, I love the steering wheel. Flat bottom steering wheel looks great. The shifter itself is pretty ordinary, to say the least. Like, it isn't very exciting to me. It's just an automatic transmission, like an automatic shifter. You put it in D, you put it in M, you put it in N. It's nothing like, oh my god, like this is amazing. No, it's not. You have two cup holders, you know, that's good. Your parking switch is right there. The speedometer has this big, large, you know, bar that lights up as you go. It's 6,500 RPM. It's cool. I like it. I like how it looks. It's cool. The future, you know, needles are just going to go away too eventually at some point. And what else is there? The miles per hour is pretty self-explanatory. It goes up to 200 miles an hour. I don't doubt that it can reach that. I definitely pretty sure it can reach that. And you have your heat as well, like your engine heat, or how hot your engine's getting. You know, it goes from 100 to 220 to 60. The dash itself, again, knitted, nicely well knitted. It's definitely usable, definitely likable, and nice little comfy seats. Not the worst seats in the world, to be fair. I've been in these seats all day, and I haven't wanted to kill myself, so you know that's a plus. Switching to the BMW M4 like this, I'm gonna be super, you know, unbiased. I'm gonna go in this, you know, thinking, okay, BMW, prove me wrong. Show me what you can do. Show me what you have done with your beloved M Series M4. Straight up, this thing feels more, definitely more nimble, more timid, and I do like it. Interior wise, you know, I like the red seats. I like the carbon fiber. I get it. Like, you're trying to tell everybody, like, you're a race car. I get it. It's an M4. You're a race car. You know, I get it. Going to like the cluster itself, you know, it's your original traditional style cluster with needles, and you know, there's nothing really. Oh my god, you know, it's crazy. And of course, you have your screens underneath the gauges that tell you what your driving positions are, what driving modes you are in, and you know, what gear you're in. And I mean, it just looks like a normal BMW, like from the inside. Like these switches here, like in the middle, like they just look like the ones that John has in E90 M3. Like, it just, there isn't really much thought put into like changing those, you know. Again, the iDrive system, I'm not sure how good it is, but you know, why is it all the way over there? Like, why can't you just put it here so I can touch it and do what I want to do? Why do I have to touch a little mouse pad for me to switch over and just switch the stuff? Like, why do I have to do that? Like, why can't I just be like, okay, music, bam, like an AC, bam? What? I've never understood why. Like, why does BMW insist to put their iDrive systems in? Like, I'm just accept it. Like, I get it. You want to have your own proprietary system, but come on. Like, I'd rather have a screen, AC, music, you know, call my mom, you know. Why? I don't know. Stitching wise, you know, I like the stitching of the door cars. It's just nice. The dash panel looks nice. They added their nice little red stitching in the car. I mean, more carbon fiber in the dash. It's a strong material, no doubt about it. Sitting in the Corvette, dude, like, you feel like a Formula 1 driver. Like, you slide into the seat and your back is like this. So you're sitting like almost Formula 1 style in that car, and it feels cool. Like, this is, of course, just, you know, your normal driving positions. Of course, it's not my driving position. I drive it really high up, and you know, having my arms bent, you know, you feel like part of the machine. But the seats feel okay. Would I say they're better than a Corvette? Maybe. I mean, they do feel more comfortable, more snuggy in these seats than the Corvette. I think the Corvette seats are more flat, if anything, but not by much, not by very much. But these do feel good. I know they don't have like those leg supports underneath that extend off like the 830 used to. But no, I mean, it's cool. I like it. Definitely plenty of cupboard space, two cup holders, a little place to put your, what is this? Oh, your smoking lighter, because who the hell still smokes? You have speakers by Harman and Korman everywhere. Definitely a lot of cubby space, and you know, a nice little cup holder, a glove box. It's fair, you know. Okay, it's cool. And you know, is it anything exciting or inspiring. You know, for BMW standards or maybe even Corvette standards, I don't know. I mean, okay, it's cool. I get it, but do I want one of these? No, not really. You know, do I want a Corvette like that one? No, not really. But I'd rather have that one than this thing. This whole center thing, I don't know. I don't like this whole mouse pad thing. Why do you insist, BMW? What is wrong with you? Get over it. Get over yourselves. Just give me a screen. Give me a fat screen right here. I don't have to touch these. Why do I have eight different like CD changers? Are these CD changers? Like what? Do I have a CD thing? Why? Like what year is this? This is 2015. Like why do I have a CD changer for what? The top here, pretty generic, I guess, to say the least. Of course, there's no back seats in the Corvette, so you know, I guess you have advantage BMW back seats. This or that, definitely that. I hate that I have a CD changer and I have all these switches here. For what? Other than an iDrive system and these things, I think it's a pretty good, solid car. If you like BMWs and you think like I want to upgrade to a new M series, I think this is pretty cool. I would definitely say go buy a Corvette, or at least try a Corvette, drive that first, and then drive one of these, so you can experience something different. You know, there's a whole world of other cars out there that some people don't know because they'd rather stick to a brand, stick to one certain loyalty, and just be there. Just that. BMW's the greatest, Nissan's the greatest, Honda's the greatest. Oh my God, Honda guys, dude, they're the worst of the worst. Go out there and experience other vehicles.
Oh man, I can't get over those turbos. Those things sound insane. Oh, downshift, rev match downshift, you gotta love that. That's the one thing about these automated manuals, man, I'm telling you. The Corvette, all you hear is exhaust. It sounds glorious though. I love the sound of that Corvette. I mean, come on, it's a V8. I mean, it speaks for itself. But this car, I feel like with an exhaust, it completely changes the way it sounds. It sounds so much better. All right, here we go. Oh, broke the tires out. I don't know if it's just me, it doesn't feel nearly as fast as I expected. But it does, you know, here's the strange thing. I like the sound of the turbos more than I like the sound of the exhaust. Does that make sense? Is that a thing? I know that's a little strange, but those turbos just completely overtake all the rest of the sound of the car. So, I mean, I don't get me wrong, it doesn't sound bad. It's not really fair when you have cars like the E36, the E46, and the E90X right before this car. Because then it makes this car just, you know? Even, and especially that Corvette, the sound of it is just, intoxicating. Let's be honest, those LS motors, I swear, bro. I get it now, I get it. I have it in sport mode at the moment, so the steering is nice and direct. It doesn't feel, obviously it's drive-by-wire, it doesn't really feel like it. It feels, the steering at least, feels relatively analog. Now there are a million buttons in this car, that's a fact. But the driving experience is still really nice. I mean, taking corners, I'm not nervous at all. I feel really confident taking these corners at speed. Look at this, foot to floor in a corner, third gear, 4,000 RPM, takes it like a champ. It is nuts. And that's something that the Corvette cannot deliver. It's not Corvette fast. Let me put it that way. It's not Corvette fast. That's not really a fair comparison because the Corvette is naturally aspirated and just pulls, right? I believe the Corvette by far has more torque than this car. That's a fact. But I do really enjoy driving this car. It's a track weapon. And here's the thing, guys, about this car, we know these cars are so tunable. I've got a buddy, Chase M4, what up, my dude, who, with only a couple $1,000s, they're already doing over 600 wheel horsepower in an M4. So it's obvious that these cars are easily tunable. As you can hear, we are now inside of the Corvette C7 Stingray. Oh man, I'm excited to do this. As I just mentioned, the M4 is a weapon on these canyon roads. So I don't know how this is gonna stack up, but I'll tell you this already, I can already feel the difference in weight. At least it feels heavier. This gigantic hood on the front of this car, you are driving a completely different car. A completely different car. And you hear a lot more, which is nice. Those downshifts sound glorious. I know, again, with tuning, the M4, oh, look at that, there we go. It grips up nice. With tuning, the M4, oh yeah, can get like this, but right now, oh, this car, it's a completely different beast on this road. You see, I don't know if you notice, in the M4, there's a lot of me kind of swaying back and forth. I get on, I sway. In this car, you want to see what happens when I actually put my foot down on the pedal? Let's take a look here. Let's drop in a second. Okay. Just gonna find a nice little straightaway for a moment. Perfect. And watch what happens when I step on this car. Okay. Yes. that is what happens when I put my foot in on this car. It is a completely different experience. What do they tell you about Corvettes? Yeah, sure, they're fast in a straight line, but they don't handle. That's what they say. But me, I think it's handling pretty good so far. I mean, foot to floor in a wide corner, and we're moving. Oh, we're moving. It hooks up pretty nice. Oh wow. Oh, and I love the exhaust note. Oh, it sounds so good. I think the Corvette, personally, the Corvette beats out the M4 in exhaust sound all day, even when the M4 is modified. Doesn't matter. Oh yeah, this is a bone stock exhaust. It sounds better. If I tap the throttle, get a little bit of blowback. Watch. There it is. So far though, the driving position of the M4 in my mind is a little bit better. The driving position in the Corvette, I feel like the steering wheel is between my legs. I wish I could show you. It's like my legs are here. My legs are here, and the steering wheel is here. It's like I have to grab in between my legs. It's kind of a funny feeling. But no, dude, this is a lot of fun to drive in the corners. Confidence inspiring. To me, not to me personally, not so much. To me personally, not so much. Confidence inspiring, and it's not so much. But that does not mean it's a bad driving car. This car is still a ton of fun to take around some corners. And you know what? I want to go up and do it again. This car is a lot more cramped. I feel a lot more cramped. Is that a bad thing? Not exactly, depending on the size of you. I'm a larger man. I'm a 6'2" man. But I do love the fact that everything is facing the driver. It reminds me of a Mark IV Supra, very similar. Like a Mark IV Supra, everything faces you. There's nothing really over there for the passenger to look at, just two vents. So very cool, very cool. I do love that. So far, guys, the Corvette has won the sound test, through and through. The BMW, in my mind, with that confidence-inspiring drive the BMW offers you, I would say that the BMW has won the handling segment. But now it's time to tune into this third segment, speed and acceleration. I'm excited. I'm not gonna lie, I think this is gonna win, like, hands down. But I'm still very excited and interested to see what happens between these two cars. Let's go ahead and pop it in park, and we'll catch you in a second, guys. Without a second thought. It's obvious. Peasants drive Corvettes, men drive BMWs, but the regular, normal KWTB John. Guys, we've had a great day today. The M4 versus the Corvette. It's been a lot of fun. The cars from the beginning of this, I assume they'd be very similar. But now that I'm looking at it again, they were so different. I was not expecting it. I've driven the Corvette, I've driven the Beamer around twisties, on the straights. We had a sound test. And guys, each one in their own specific category. The M4 won in the canyon test. That was pretty easy. That wasn't very difficult to figure out. Again, inspires confidence, foot to floor, able to take corners without a doubt, without an issue at all. While the Corvette, on the other hand, was fun, but it definitely was more scary. You put your foot to the floor and you're like, am I about to die? But regardless, the Corvette is a lot of fun in the corners, but I believe the winner of the handling course would go to the M4. Sound test, I almost skipped that because it was a pretty obvious Corvette won that test. It's a V8, let's be honest, it's a V8. V8s tend to sound better, but especially in this case, the Corvette won me over just like that. Lastly, as you guys just saw, the acceleration test. The M4, it just took too long to build boost.
Got him!
I was not going to brake boost. I was thinking about doing it, but it is also not my car. I don't want to damage anything. So the M4 unfortunately lost to the Corvette in the acceleration test. Overall, if I had to combine all three tests and what I would choose personally, I think just by a hair, I would say the BMW won. I would say the BMW won just by a hair. Yes, sir, I would. Hey, look, KWTB, we're Beamer lovers, but I did give the Corvette an honest shot. I still love this car. Corvettes were my first dream car when I was very, very young. My father owned an '87 Vette, bought it brand new from the factory. So I have a big spot in my heart for Corvettes. But the way that this thing took corners, you guys saw the smile on my face. It's hard to ignore that. But guys, regardless, thank you so much for joining us here today. I hope you enjoyed. This is a really tough shoot. Roberto had barely any sleep, pretty much no sleep. The weather worked out good, but there was a lot of factors. But regardless, thank you so much for stopping by. Please subscribe, hit the little icon to be notified when a new video comes out. And again, guys, please stay legendary.
Giving a fair test, I am, unlike John, incredibly unbiased. Like I explained to you before, I don't have a loyalty or a soft spot or anything for any certain car at all. I like many different cars from many different brands, and if you ask me every single day what my favorite car is, I cannot tell you because every day it will change. That's why I've had so many cars from different brands. That's why when my S1000 I had my accident, I was looking at a C5 Corvette. I love the C5 Corvette. It looks great. I like the way that car is designed. It was designed with aerodynamics and speed, and it looks cool. I want a C5 Corvette. When I had the opportunity to drive a C7 Corvette, I jumped the opportunity. 124 bucks on Turo for a day for 200 miles, dude. That's a steal. That's a deal. So I took it. John, of course, rented the M4, something that I wasn't super excited or super, into. It's an M4, it's a BMW, But I gave it a shot. I like I said before, I don't have a brand loyalty. If BMW shocked my world and was like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing in the world, I would say it. The Corvette, I think, for what at least my personal preferences, my personal taste, I love the Corvette styling. I love the Corvette's interior. I love the just simplicity of the Corvette itself. I love that everything is centered to what the driver is. I'm a very driver-oriented person. I like to have all the buttons, all the dishes, like a selfish person that I am. But I love it. It's great. And nothing to take away from BMW. I thought the BMW is a great car, but it doesn't excite me emotionally to be like, if I have cash and I want to buy a used one and I want to spoil myself, it's a BMW, the M4 or the Corvette. Quite honestly, it'll be a very difficult decision. It would be, I would still pick the Corvette. And it's not because I don't like that car or I've been born to love this car. I'm a Japanese guy and I'm picking the Corvette. So it's just I don't have a brand loyalty. This thing is cool. This thing is legitimately cool. I'm very excited and very privileged to be driving this thing. So I'm sorry. Maybe it was a decision that maybe many people are looking for, but it's just I like the BMW, but I don't know. Maybe it's because of the predictability that people have said that that they like to be able to know where the car is going, and maybe to me I like being able to fight a bull most of the time, and I think that's what gets me excited. Like, ooh, I could kill myself. This is great. But to be all totally fair, at least for me, just like John, it's by a hair. It is not much. I think, dude, it's not very much. To me, it's the Corvette. If I had money and pick one, Roberto, picking the Corvette. It's nothing against BMW. I think they did a great job. It's just not exciting as much as for the Corvette. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Thanks to John Cuban Variants. Subscribe to him. Subscribe to my channel. You know, hit notifications. And we'll be doing more of these. It's just these are quite expensive to do. So and they take a long time. So thank you for watching. Appreciate it. I'm more grateful that people are watching and people appreciate the stuff that I'm doing. Thanks to John again. And stay tuned for the next one because I think it'll be a good video. We'll find out. Because I do have a car in mind that is sitting there and on Turo, and I think it'll be pretty hilarious. So let me know in your comments. Do you like the Corvette? Do you like BMW? Give me your reasons. Give me your comments. Call me an idiot. Do what you gotta do. You know, comment, like, subscribe. Do what you gotta do. All right. So thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. And you know, it's up to you. What you think?
Casino, sipping no vino, hitting the reader, going to readers, hop in the theater, jump on my seat, and anyone know me, they know it's my season. I want no relations, I just want one night, get naked, I just want one night.